ChiCast. I'm your host, Marcus Julian Carbo, coming to you live today from TCWM Studios in your city of brotherly love. And today, of course, I'm thinking about us, the podcast, the channel, everything. Because I know I've been gone for a while. And many of you who used to follow me probably know why. Or at least have a good idea. But the reality is 2022, and please hold back your violins. 2022 was kind of a crazy year. Crazy in so many ways. I'm looking around trying to just go to my mini feed here. I'm gonna blow up my stuff. See how everyone's doing. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. So, I'm a little rusty, everybody. A little bit of patience, yeah? So anyway, like I was saying, 2022 has been a crazy, and I don't know if it's yin or yang, but it is trending in a strange direction sort of way. It was, oh man, it felt like being tossed off of a cliff, off of a cliff, off a cliff, off a cliff. And there was real hardships that were incurred. Thinking back to 2020 with some sort of nostalgia now. Although I don't know if this works the same way for you guys, but does everything pre-2020 feel ancient all of a sudden? Right? Anything 2019 or beforehand. It just, to me now, seems like a different world. Maybe it's because, of course, the pandemic, yeah? And that, in and unto itself, is enough of a dividing line for us to say, oh, wow, there's a before, and then there's an after. And there's definitely a demarcation of life before and life after. Because I don't know about you, but life for me changed in ways I did not expect over the course of this entire thing we've all shared. And I wonder, well, at least I was wondering, and this is where I'll get my little violin out. I was wondering when the song was going to end. Yes. Because this year has been one hell of a year, personally. I can't speak for everyone. It kicked off with a business emergency, which then led to, oh my god, I'm having a hard time even thinking about what this year was like. one of the most painful moments in my life happened in that time, and man, I'm still working through it. There was my departure from Taiji Fit. I had to get surgery done, and the recovery was such a pain, and I was having all sorts of mechanical issues with the bike, and my training season was just kind of and it would kind of pick up and get started, and then something would break down, and there was a frustration of, oh my god, this is a brand new bike, why am I having all this trouble, why am I having all these problems? And so I'm just being real with you. My part of my therapy is steady state cardio. I'll be the first to admit that. And you'll often hear in the cycling community how addicting cycling really is. Runners get it too. If you were a weightlifter, you'll get it too. If you're a Tai Chi player, if you're a yogi, you know what I'm talking about. That zone, that place, that when you're there, this thing that you're doing that is supposedly good for you starts feeling like something that's bad for you, right? You start feeling those endorphins, and then you get that positive feedback loop of, oh my God, my body is doing this, and that gives you your own little... Now, mind you, I started getting these things when I started doing Tai Chi. So no matter where you might be in your fitness journey, if you're trying to take on bigger and bigger distances cycling like I am, or you've just decided that you don't want to buy new clothes, at least not in that direction anymore, or you've gotten bad news from the doctor, or you're just bored, or you're looking for something to do in your life that you don't already have to be in shape to start. Tai Chi is a good gateway, and a great gateway into fitness. In fact, I owe everything that I've been able to achieve to it. And that was, funny enough, kind of why I came and to stream today, regardless of the fact that it's unannounced and that I have very little preparation. But is that true? I study, I train, I practice. What am I doing? I'm beating myself up is what I'm doing. Okay, so if I can't cycle right now, what do I do? Well, I Tai Chi'd before I cycled. So why not just do the Tai Chi thing, get your cycle on when the bike is back? Just push yourself more. Make your Tai Chi at some point in the workout more cardio based. Oh, all right, I can work that. I can work that for sure. So anyway, my point is it came back to the Tai Chi. And through that, and yesterday I did that. Yesterday I would have cycled with a friend of mine who I'm very proud of because he went out and he cycled without me. And he actually did the distance that we would have done without any prompting. So super proud of my buddy Jason. And you know, yeah, that's enough I'll say there. I'll introduce you to Jason later. I know I'm calling him out. But you'll probably see him on some of our adventures. I know he's just getting back in and getting his legs really back up to speed. So, but he's knocking out 12 miles in one workout. So my man is ready to rock. He's ready to roll. That gets me excited, right? Gets me super excited. But here's the thing, and that what I'll point out is that it was just a month or two ago when Jason picked up his bike that he was doing 3 to 6 miles. Right, so it doesn't take long. And 3 to 6 miles, the bike basically does most of that. I mean, you're going to be huffing and puffing, but you'll make it. But even if you make it a mile, even if you make it a half a mile, even if you just get around the block, that's fine. Next time you make it around the block and a half. Or you realize you're getting around the block in half the time, so you go around the block twice. Because that's pretty much how I built things up. Right? And that's pretty much how he built things up. And that's pretty much how anybody's going to build things up. If you're going to go to the weight room, if you're going to go to the gym, you're going to have to start small. That's why it's not cool to go in and think you're going to lift like Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth or anybody named Chris from the Marvel Universe. It's more important that you find your baseline, right? Find what feels good to you in the beginning and start to work your way up from there. Don't go in trying to be Thor. But more importantly, once you've gotten past that point, don't forget what it was like to be a beginner. And this was something that I ran into very early on when I started doing this. Was in reality, I shouldn't have been training with people that were just starting, or I needed to check my ego. And it could have been a little bit of both. It was definitely the second. Because we almost have a responsibility. If we're looking for harmony, if we're looking for balance, excuse me, my cup of chi here. What we looking for balance can actually play within and find comfort in is when you find someone who's better at whatever it is you're trying to do in that moment. They are your teacher, right? If you find someone who is near your level, maybe they're a little bit better, maybe they're the same, maybe they're a little bit behind you, but they can stay, they can keep up. On that one, now you've found your peers, you've found your competition, you've found the people that will push you. But when we find the folks that are looking up to us, that are looking to us for guidance, we have found our students. Not our plaything, not our thing to abuse, not our thing to haze, to repay that which was done to us. No. I'm not saying it's a responsibility. You can choose to be the hazer. You can choose to be the one that wants to do unto others what was done unto you. Or you can learn from the mistakes of others, right? And make things better for those coming behind you, teaching them in ways that will allow them ultimately to find more wisdom on the path. Whatever that is, whatever that path is. Maybe you're teaching your niece or nephew how to cook, right? Maybe you're learning a new language. Maybe you're just traveling for the first time and you're kind of getting your wings underneath you, right? That can be incredibly scary. Showing up at a new world, at a new place, often at a new time, it's scary, And I get that. But you're brave because that's why you're going. It's why you're doing it. And trust me, like steady state cardio, travel. Oh, once she embraces you, she is a lovely, lovely, lovely mistress to have. Ah, yes. And if you can combine the two, well, that just becomes an adventure. So, anyway, um, yeah, I have a button here. Let me hit the button. Yes.